Around the world, some places are considered so dangerous that they send chills down the spine of even the bravest travelers. From civil unrest to extreme crime rates, these places have earned their reputation as some of the most dangerous countries on Earth. The very air in these forgotten corners of the world seems to crackle with an uneasy tension. The weight of danger presses down, a constant reminder of the fragility of life itself. Yet, even in these unforgiving landscapes, humanity endures. In this video, we'll explore the top 3 most dangerous countries. Let's dive into the shadows. Starting off our list at number 3, we have Venezuela, a land once brimming with the promise of prosperity, now teetering on the brink. Known for its stunning landscapes, from the majestic peaks of the Andes to the lush Amazon rainforest, and its vibrant culture, a tapestry woven from indigenous traditions and Spanish colonial influences, Venezuela has unfortunately been plagued by years of economic turmoil, making it one of the most dangerous countries to visit. Hyperinflation, that silent thief in the night, has ravaged the nation's economy, rendering its currency almost worthless. The bolivar, once a symbol of national pride, is now traded for mere pennies on the dollar. The shelves of once bustling supermarkets stand bare, a stark reminder of the economic collapse that has gripped the nation. Political instability casts a long shadow over the country. The streets of Caracas, once pulsating with life, are now often filled with the echo of protests, a desperate cry for change from a people pushed to the brink. The government, once a beacon of hope, is now seen by many as corrupt and oppressive, further fueling the flames of discontent. Widespread poverty, a direct consequence of the economic and political turmoil, has tightened its grip on the nation. Once thriving communities now bear the scars of desperation. Families struggle to put food on the table, their dreams of a better future fading with each passing day. And where poverty festers, crime flourishes. Kidnappings, a chilling testament to the breakdown of law and order, have become a grim reality for many Venezuelans. The fear of being snatched from the streets, of disappearing into the clutches of criminals, hangs heavy in the air. Armed robberies, once a rarity, are now commonplace. Desperate times breed desperate measures, and for some, the only option left is to take what they need by force. The streets, once safe havens, have transformed into hunting grounds, where the vulnerable live in constant fear. Carjackings, another symptom of the nation's descent into chaos, are a constant threat. The growl of an engine, once a comforting sound, now sends shivers down the spines of those unfortunate enough to be caught in the crosshairs. Travelers, once drawn to Venezuela's natural beauty and cultural richness, are now warned to tread carefully. The very act of stepping outside, once a simple pleasure, has become fraught with danger. Stay indoors after dark, they are told, for the night brings with it an even greater sense of unease. The shadows seem to whisper tales of violence and despair, a chilling reminder of the perils that lurk beyond the safety of their temporary abodes. Avoid certain parts of the city entirely, the warnings continue, for there are areas where even the bravest souls fear to tread. These are the no-go zones, where lawlessness reigns supreme and danger lurks around every corner. Venezuela, once a paradise, now stands as a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes can change. Its story is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even in the 21st century, peace and prosperity are fragile things, easily shattered by the storms of economic and political turmoil. Coming in at number 2, Afghanistan. A landlocked nation nestled in the heart of Asia, where towering mountain ranges meet vast deserts, Afghanistan has long been a crossroads of civilizations. Its history stretches back millennia, a tapestry woven from the threads of ancient empires and the echoes of legendary conquerors. Yet beneath its breathtaking beauty lies a heart-wrenching truth. Afghanistan is a nation scarred by war, a land where conflict has become tragically ingrained in its very identity. For decades, Afghanistan has faced relentless conflict, a seemingly endless cycle of violence that has left the country in a perpetual state of unrest. From the Soviet-Afghan War, a brutal 9-year conflict that ravaged the nation, to the rise and fall of the Taliban regime, Afghanistan has known little peace. Despite recent developments, glimmers of hope in a land shrouded in darkness, Afghanistan remains a volatile and unpredictable nation. The scars of war run deep, and the threat of violence still lingers in the air. Insurgent attacks, a terrifying reminder of the instability that plagues the country, continue to pose a significant threat. The Taliban, though weakened, still maintains a presence in certain regions, carrying out attacks that sow fear and chaos. Political instability further exacerbates the challenges facing Afghanistan. The government, though striving to establish order, faces an uphill battle against corruption, factionalism, and a deeply entrenched culture of violence. Security, a luxury many take for granted, remains a distant dream for most Afghans. The police and army, though making strides, are often ill-equipped and under-resourced, struggling to maintain control in a nation awash with weapons. For outsiders, those drawn to Afghanistan's rugged beauty and rich history, the risks are significant. The very act of setting foot in the country is a gamble, a roll of the dice in a game where the stakes are incredibly high. Abduction, a terrifying prospect that haunts the dreams of many travelers, is a very real threat in Afghanistan. Criminal gangs and insurgent groups alike see foreigners as valuable assets, targets to be exploited for ransom or political leverage. Targeted attacks, a chilling reminder of the ongoing conflict, are another danger faced by those who dare to venture into Afghanistan. Westerners, in particular, are often seen as symbols of foreign intervention, making them prime targets for extremist groups. Despite its breathtaking mountains, snow-capped peaks that pierce the heavens, and its rich history, a tapestry woven from the threads of ancient empires, safety concerns have kept many from experiencing Afghanistan's wonders. The fear of violence, of being caught in the crossfire, is simply too great a risk for most. Afghanistan, a land of stark contrasts where breathtaking beauty coexists with unimaginable hardship, remains a land in search of peace. Its people, resilient and proud, deserve a future free from the shadow of conflict, a future where they can rebuild their lives and reclaim their nation's stolen tranquility. Chapter 3, Syria, a nation in ruins. And at number 1, the unenviable position on our list, we arrive at Syria. A nation synonymous with suffering, a land where the very air is thick with the stench of war, Syria stands as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of conflict. Once a vibrant nation, home to ancient cities and a rich tapestry of cultures, Syria has been ravaged by a civil war that has left its people displaced, its infrastructure shattered, and its future uncertain. Since 2011, Syria has been embroiled in a brutal civil war, a conflict so devastating that it has shaken the very foundations of the nation. What began as peaceful protests, a cry for freedom and democracy, quickly spiraled into a complex and multifaceted conflict, engulfing the country in a maelstrom of violence. The country is torn apart, a jigsaw puzzle shattered into 1,000 pieces, with different factions vying for control. The Syrian government, led by Bashar al-Assad, battles for survival against a multitude of rebel groups, each with their own agenda and allegiances. Many areas remain under the control of different armed groups, each with their own interpretation of law and order. The Syrian government, though weakened, still clings to power in Damascus and other key cities, while rebel groups ranging from secularists to Islamists hold sway in other parts of the country. Landmines and unexploded ordnance, deadly remnants of a conflict that refuses to die, litter the landscape, posing a constant threat to civilians and hindering reconstruction efforts. These hidden killers, silent and indiscriminate, serve as a chilling reminder of the war's enduring legacy. Violence, once a horrifying anomaly, has become a grim constant in the lives of the Syrian people. Airstrikes, shelling, and gun battles are commonplace, turning once peaceful neighborhoods into battlegrounds. Infrastructure, the backbone of any functioning society, has been decimated by years of relentless bombardment. Hospitals lie in ruins, schools stand empty and scarred, and roads are impassable, making even the simplest of journeys a perilous undertaking. Basic survival, a concept many take for granted, has become a daily struggle for millions of Syrians. Access to food, water, and medical care is limited, and the threat of disease is ever present. For travelers, those intrepid souls who once flocked to Syria to marvel at its ancient wonders, the country is now a no-go zone. The risks are simply too great, the dangers too numerous to justify even the briefest of visits. Syria, once a cradle of civilization, now stands as a tragic testament to the horrors of war. Its people, though battered and bruised, cling to hope, dreaming of a day when peace will return to their shattered land. But for now, Syria remains trapped in a nightmare, a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the devastating consequences of conflict. These countries may be known for their danger, but each has a unique history, culture, and beauty that is often overshadowed by conflict and hardship. Beneath the weight of their struggles, the spirit of their people endures, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As we turn our gaze away from these troubled regions, let us remember that even in the darkest of corners, hope still flickers. It is our responsibility to shed light on these forgotten places, to amplify the voices of those who suffer in silence, and to work towards a future where peace and prosperity prevail. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more dark tales from around the world.